You keep waiting to feel motivated, but that feeling never shows up. What if I told you the secret to getting things done isn't finding motivation, but ignoring it completely? This is the anti-motivation method, and it works because it relies on systems, not feelings. Let's break it down. First, stop waiting to feel like it. Motivation is unreliable. It fails you right at the start. So, you automate the start. Pick a trigger that happens every single day, like making your morning coffee or opening your laptop. Right after that trigger, you execute a fixed start rule. You work on your task for just 5 minutes. That's it. You're not trying to finish it, you're just starting. The goal is to make starting so boring and automatic that it becomes inevitable. You're not chasing a mood, you're training your identity. Second, shrink the task until it's impossible to refuse. Most procrastination isn't laziness, it's intimidation. We look at a huge project and our brain just shuts down. So you use what's called a minimum viable action. Instead of write a script, it becomes write the first 6 lines. Instead of go to the gym, it's put on your workout shoes and do 10 minutes of exercise. Clean the house becomes clear off one single surface. What happens is, once you start, you often find the momentum to keep going. But even if you don't, you still win because you showed up and kept the habit alive. That's how you build real consistency without any of the hype. Third, you need to change how you measure success. Most people quit because they get obsessed with maintaining a perfect, unbroken streak. One missed day feels like a total failure, so they give up. The anti-motivation method tracks a different metric: how fast you return after you drift off course. Think of it as your return score. If you get distracted while working but get back on task in 30 seconds, that's an elite-level return. If you skip a day but come back tomorrow instead of next week, that's huge progress. Your identity shifts from "I'm always motivated" to "I'm someone who always returns." That's a much more resilient and powerful identity to build. Fourth, you have to design your environment for success. Willpower is a finite resource, so don't rely on it. Instead, become an architect of your own choices. You want to add friction to your bad habits and remove friction from your good ones. To make the bad path more annoying, move that distracting app off your home screen. Log out of social media once a week. Keep only one entertainment app on your phone at a time. Switch your phone to grayscale at night. These small hurdles make it just annoying enough to break the mindless cycle. Then, you do the opposite for your good habits. Lower the friction, keep your main work file pinned to your desktop. Leave your project open when you finish for the day. Put your workout clothes right where you'll trip over them in the morning. Preload the playlist, the document, the tools you need. You want to make starting your important tasks as effortless as possible. Remember, small, consistent frictions will always beat heroic, temporary willpower. Fifth, you need to reward the system, not just the outcome. If you only celebrate when you finish a massive project, your brain learns that the process is just a long, painful grind. Instead, reward yourself for completing the small, easy parts. Reward yourself for following your 5-minute start rule. Reward yourself for finishing a single 25-minute focus block. And the rewards must be clean. They should leave you feeling clearer and more energized, not scattered and depleted. Think of things like a short walk, listening to a favorite song, stretching, or spending a few minutes with someone you love. So here's a simple daily protocol you can use. Aim for 2 focus blocks of about 25 to 60 minutes each. Start each one with your 5-minute entry rule. After your blocks are done, give yourself a clean reward. At the end of the day, ask yourself one simple question. Did I return faster than yesterday? If the answer is yes, you're winning. Why does all this work? Because motivation is just an emotion, but systems are behavior. And your brain trusts behavior far more than it trusts fleeting feelings. When you repeatedly start your work even when you don't feel like it, you're gathering evidence. You're proving to yourself, through action, that you are the kind of person who can direct their own life. And that belief, built on real evidence, becomes your new reality. Let's go a little deeper. If you often have chaotic days, you need a minimum viable day plan ready to go. On those days, you don't improvise. You just execute a smaller version of your routine, one short focus block, one basic maintenance task, and one clean reward. This simple plan prevents you from falling into the whole day is ruined trap, which is what usually makes people quit entirely. It also helps to create if-then scripts for your most common failure points. For example, if I feel I can't do this, then I will just do 5 minutes. If I get the urge to check my messages, then I will finish the sentence I'm writing before I decide. If I miss a day, then I will restart within 24 hours with no punishment. This pre-decision removes the need for willpower in the moment. A lot of what we call lack of motivation is actually just boredom intolerance. So you can train your tolerance for boredom like a muscle. Practice staying with one boring thing for just 2 minutes a day. Stare at the blinking cursor on a blank page before you start writing. Read one page of a book without letting your mind wander. This builds the mental capacity to stay focused, which is the hidden foundation of all discipline. Another powerful tool is decision hygiene. We fail not because we're weak, but because we're tired from making too many small choices all day long. So, create defaults. Have your first focus block at the same time every day. Work on the same category of task first. Follow a strict one-tab-only rule in your browser. The more you automate your setup, the less your mind can negotiate its way out of doing the work. And finally, you need a protocol for your emotions, because your moods will always try to run the show. The goal isn't to feel better before you work, it's to separate your feelings from your actions. Name the feeling, this is dread, or this is restlessness. Then give yourself a clean, small dose of relief, like a glass of water, a quick stretch, or 2 minutes of fresh air. Then you start your minimum viable action. You're not denying the emotion, you're just refusing to let it be the driver. So, stop waiting for motivation. Build a system, start small, and focus on returning. That's the path to consistent, meaningful progress. Thanks for watching. If this helped, consider subscribing for more.